Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. On first down, Jones. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
A gain of 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
6-yard line.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 77 yards.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against second to last in the pass defense area. Good for him. Back to the air on second down. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down Giants, Jones to Ingram.
34-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
3, Buccaneers, nothing.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
1st and 10.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up, and we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Josie Jewell on the tackle.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week: 17 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on him.
Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 19 yards away. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On the draw, this is Barkley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jones on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Buccaneers.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. A quick pass here to Godwin. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
For Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, this is intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. He came right off the bench. That's his first carry of the game, and he left an indelible mark on the game.
Did not just bring fresh legs off the bench. He brought a fierce mind as well. He had a lot to prove, didn't he? He thinks he's as good as the guy who's the starter. Wanted to prove it, and boy, did he on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's 21-3. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, snip it out, and finish it off.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. The tackle made by Caleb Chason.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Number 20.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Giants on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Good. Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Giants 6.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield, creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's going to float this over. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
The 38-yard line.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Covered by Antoine Winfield.
Throwing again. Jones. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. K'Lavon Chaisson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Harris has it over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game.
Giants 9.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know They're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. To throw now on first down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin in the final seconds of the first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Giants extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. This will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Tennessee, but they're on top right now as they come up here 1st and 10. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Fournette, the ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And it's 3rd down.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Out of the gun now on third down. Looking downfield for Godwin. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Now after the play, oh man, it's Barkley who appears to be shaken up. He's down. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. Caught left side, Williams. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
On first down, Fournette going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage as he'll wind up losing a yard on the play. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Fournette. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. And he's certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Blankenship out for the point after.
Extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
10 more yards.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman.
That's good for a Giants.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know.
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Brought down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
First down.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Hey, watch the slant. 56.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
And they're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. Now a first down carry by Jones. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
Jones, the ball.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Tampa Bay.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. 70, Timberwolf. I got you. Tighten up. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
Leonard Fournette taking it in. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Deontay Harris. Incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2000 15 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right?
Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose.
The pass. Fumble on the play.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Jones now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
56 the mark, boys. 56.
On 1st and 10, Scott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Now Scott, operating from the gun, finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
91 is the money. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Tampa Bay.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waiting moments of this one. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can, and if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bucs, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.